أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون.
And why should I not worship him who has created me, and unto whom you will be brought back?
أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون.
Shall I take others beside him as gods? If the gracious God should intend me any harm, their intercession will avail me naught, nor can they rescue me.
إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين.
In that case, I should indeed be in manifest error.
إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون.
I believe in your Lord, so listen to me.
قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون.
It was said to him, Do thou enter paradise? He said, Oh, would that my people knew.
بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين.
How graciously my Lord has granted me forgiveness and has made me one of the honored ones.
وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين.
And we sent not down against his people after him any host from heaven, nor did we send down any such.
إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون.
It was but a single blast, and lo, they were extinct.
يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون.
Alas for my servants! There comes not a messenger to them, but they mock at him.
ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون.
Do they not see how many generations we have destroyed before them, and that they never come back to them?
وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون.
And all of them, gathered together, will certainly be brought before us.
وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون.
And the dead earth is a sign for them. We quicken it and bring forth therefrom grain, of which they eat.
وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون.
And we have placed in it gardens of date palms and grapes, and we have caused springs to gush forth therein.
ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون.
That they may eat of the fruit thereof, and it was not their hands that made them grow up. Will they not then be grateful?
سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون.
Holy is He, who created all things in pairs, of what the earth grows, and of themselves, and of what they know not.
وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون.
And a sign for them is the night, from which we strip off the day, and lo, they are left in darkness.
والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم.
And the sun is moving on to its determined goal. That is the decree of the Almighty, the all-knowing God.
والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم.
And for the moon we have appointed stages, till it becomes again like an old dry twig of a palm tree.
لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون.
It is not for the sun to overtake the moon, nor can the night outstrip the day. All of them float smoothly in an orbit.
وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون.
And a sign for them is that we carry their offspring in the laden ships.
وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون.
And we will create for them the like thereof, whereon they will ride.
وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون.
And if we so willed, we could drown them. Then they would have no one to succor them, nor would they be rescued.
إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين.
Except through mercy from us, and as a provision for a time.
وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون.
And when it is said to them, guard yourselves against that which is before you through prayer, and that which is behind you through repentance, that you may receive mercy, they turn away.
وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين.
And there comes not to them any sign out of the signs of their Lord, but they turn away from it.
وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين.
And when it is said to them, spend out of that which Allah has given you, those who disbelieve say to those who believe, shall we feed him whom Allah would have fed, if he had so willed? You are but in manifest error.
ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين.
And they say, when will this promise of punishment be fulfilled if you are truthful?
ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون.
They are waiting only for a single blast, which will seize them while they are still disputing.
فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون.
And they will not be able to make a will, nor will they return to their families.
ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون.
And the trumpet shall be blown, and lo, from the graves they will hasten on to their Lord.
قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون.
They will say to one another, Oh, woe to us! Who has raised us from our place of sleep? This is what the gracious God had promised, and the messengers indeed spoke the truth.
إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون.
It will be but one blast, and lo, they will all be brought before us.
فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون.
And on that day, no soul will be wronged in aught, nor will you be requited but for what you used to do.
إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون.
Verily, the inmates of heaven will on that day be happy in their occupation.
هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون.
They and their wives will be in pleasant shades, reclining on raised couches.
لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون.
They will have fruits therein, and they will have whatever they call for.
سلام قولا من رب رحيم.
They will be greeted with peace, a word of greeting from the merciful Lord.
وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون.
And God will say, separate yourselves from the righteous this day, O ye guilty ones.
ألم أعاهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين.
Did I not enjoin on you, O ye sons of Adam, that you worship not Satan, for he is to you an open enemy.
وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم.
And that you worship me, this is the right path.
ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون.
And he did lead astray a great multitude of you. Why did you not then understand?
هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون.
This is the hell which you were promised.
اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون.
Enter it this day, because you disbelieved.
اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون.
This day we shall put a seal on their mouths, and their hands will speak to us, and their feet will bear witness to what they had earned.
ولو نشاء طمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون.
And if we had so willed, we could have put out their eyes. Then they would have rushed unseeing to find the way. But how could they see?
ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون.
And if we had so willed, we could have transformed them in their places. Then they would not be able to move forward or turn back.
ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون.
And him whom we grant long life, we revert him to a weak state in creation. Will they not then understand?
وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين.
And we have not taught him poetry, nor does it behove him to be a poet. It is but a reminder and the Quran that expounds and makes things plain.
لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين.
That it may warn all who are alive, and that the decree of Allah may be fulfilled concerning the disbelievers.
أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون.
Do they not see that, among the things which our hands have wrought, we have created for them cattle, of which they are masters?
وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون.
And we have subjected the same to them, so that some of them they use for riding, and of the flesh of some they eat.
ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون.
And in them they have other uses and also drinks. Will they not then be grateful?
واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون.
And they have taken other gods beside Allah, that they might be helped.
لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون.
But they are not able to help them. On the contrary, they will be brought before God in a body to bear witness against them.
فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون.
So let not their speech grieve thee. Verily, we know what they conceal and what they proclaim.
أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين.
Does not man see that we have created him from a mere sperm drop? Then lo, he is an open quarreler.
وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم.
And he coined similitudes for us, and forgets his own creation. He says, who can quicken the bones when they are decayed?
قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم.
Say, he who created them the first time will quicken them, and he knows well the condition of every created thing.
الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون.
He who produces for you fire out of the green tree, and behold, you kindle from it.
أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم.
Has not he who created the heavens and the earth the power to create the like of them? Yea, and he is, indeed, the Supreme Creator, the All-Knowing.
إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون.
Verily, his command, when he attends a thing, is only that he says concerning it, be, and that comes into being.
فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون.
So holy is he, in whose hand is the dominion of all things, and to him will you all be brought back.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful.
والصافات صفا.
By those who range themselves in close ranks,
فالزاجرات زجرا.
and those who repel evil vigorously,
فالتاليات ذكرا.
and those who recite the reminder, the Quran.
إن إلهكم لواحد.
Surely, your God is one,
رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما ورب المشارق.
Lord of the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them, and the Lord of the places from which light spreads forth.
إنا زينا السماء الدنيا بزينة الكواكب.
We have adorned the lowest heaven with an adornment, the planets,
وحفظا من كل شيطان مارد.
and have guarded it against all rebellious Satans.
لا يسمعون إلى الملأ الأعلى ويقذفون من كل جانب.
They cannot listen to anything from the exalted assembly of angels, and they are pelted from every side.
دحورا ولهم عذاب واصب.
Repulsed, and for them is a perpetual punishment.
إلا من خطف الخطفة فأتبعه شهاب ثاقب.
But if any of them snatches away something by stealth, he is pursued by a piercing flame.
فاستفتهم أهم أشد خلقا أم من خلقنا إنا خلقناهم من طين لازب.
So ask them whether it is they who are harder to create, or those others whom we have created. Them we have created of cohesive clay.
بل عجبت ويسخرون.
Nay, thou dost wonder at what they say, and they ridicule what thou sayest.
وإذا ذكروا لا يذكرون.
And when they are admonished, they pay no heed.
وإذا رأوا آية يستسخرون.
And when they see a sign, they mock at it.
وقالوا إن هذا إلا سحر مبين.
And they say, this is nothing but plain sorcery.
أإذا متنا وكنا ترابا وعظاما أإنا لمبعوثون.
What? When we are dead and have become dust and broken bones, shall we then be raised up again?
أَوَآبَاؤُنَا الْأَوَّلُونَ.
And our forefathers of yore also?
قُلْ نَعَمْ وَأَنْتُمْ دَاخِرُونَ.
Say yea, and you will then be abased.
فإنما هي زجرة واحدة فإذا هم ينظرون.
It will be but one stern call, and lo, they will be up and seeing.
وقالوا يا ويلنا هذا يوم الدين.
And they will say, alas for us, this is the day of requital.
هذا يوم الفصل الذي كنتم به تكذبون.
Allah will say, this is the day of the final decision which you used to deny.
احشروا الذين ظلموا وأزواجهم وما كانوا يعبدون.
The angels will be commanded, assemble those who acted wrongfully, along with their companions, and what they used to worship.
من دون الله فاهدوهم إلى صراط الجحيم.
Beside Allah, and lead them along the path of hell.
وقفوهم إنهم مسؤولون.
And stop them, for they shall be questioned.
ما لكم لا تناصرون.
They will be asked, what is the matter with you, that you help not one another?
بل هم اليوم مستسلمون.
Nay, on that day they will surrender themselves completely.
وأقبل بعضهم على بعض يتساءلون.
And some of them will address others, questioning one another.
قالوا إنكم كنتم تأتوننا عن اليمين.
They will say, verily, you used to come to us from the right.
قالوا بل لم تكونوا مؤمنين.
The others will answer, nay, you yourselves were not believers.
وما كان لنا عليكم من سلطان بل كنتم قوما طاغين.
And we had no power over you, but you yourselves were a transgressing people.
فحق علينا قول ربنا إنا لذائقون.
Now the word of our Lord has been fulfilled against us, that we must taste the punishment.
فأغويناكم إنا كنا غاوين.
And we caused you to go astray, for we ourselves had gone astray.
فإنهم يومئذ في العذاب مشتركون.
Truly, on that day they will all be sharers in the punishment.
إنا كذلك نفعل بالمجرمين.
Surely, thus do we deal with the guilty.
إنهم كانوا إذا قيل لهم لا إله إلا الله يستكبرون.
For when it was said to them, "There is no God but Allah," they behaved arrogantly.
ويقولون أئنا لتاركو آلهتنا لشاعر مجنون.
And said, "Shall we give up our gods for a mad poet?"
بل جاء بالحق وصدق المرسلين.
Nay, he has brought the truth and has testified to the truth of all the messengers.
إنكم لذائق العذاب الأليم.
You shall, surely, taste the painful punishment.
وما تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون.
And you will be requited only for what you have wrought.
إلا عباد الله المخلصين.
Save the chosen servants of Allah.
أولئك لهم رزق معلوم.
They will have a known provision.
فواكه وهم مكرمون.
Fruits, and they shall be honored.
في جنات النعيم.
In the gardens of bliss.
على سرر متقابلين.
Seated on thrones facing one another.
يطاف عليهم بكأس من معين.
They will be served around with a cup from a flowing fountain.
بيضاء لذة للشاربين.
Sparkling white, delicious to the drinkers.
لا فيها غول ولا هم عنها ينزفون.
Wherein there will be no intoxication, nor will they be exhausted thereby.
وعندهم قاصرات الطرف عين.
And with them will be chaste women with restrained looks and large beautiful eyes.
كأنهن بيض مكنون.
As though they were sheltered eggs.
فأقبل بعضهم على بعض يتساءلون.
Then some of them will address the others, questioning one another.
قال قائل منهم إني كان لي قرين.
A speaker from among them will say, "I had an intimate companion."
يقول إنك لمن المصدقين.
Who used to say, "Art thou indeed among those who believe the resurrection to be true?"
أإذا متنا وكنا ترابا وعظاما أإنا لمدينون.
When we are dead and have become dust and broken bones, shall we indeed be requited?
قال هل أنتم مطلعون.
The speaker will then ask those around him, will you have a look and find out about him?
فاطلع فراه في سواء الجحيم.
Then he will look himself and see him in the midst of the fire.
قال تالله إن كدت لتردين.
And will say to him, by Allah, thou hast almost caused my ruin.
ولولا نعمة ربي لكنت من المحضرين.
But for the grace of my Lord, I should surely have been of those who are called up before hell.
أفما نحن بميتين.
Tell me, is it not so that we are not going to suffer death again?
إلا موتتنا الأولى وما نحن بمعذبين.
Save our first death, and that we are not to be punished.
إن هذا لهو الفوز العظيم.
Surely, this is the supreme triumph.
لمثل هذا فليعمل العاملون.
For the like of this, then, let the workers work.
أذلك خير نزلا أم شجرة الزقوم.
Is that better as an entertainment, or the tree of Zakum?
إنا جعلناها فتنة للظالمين.
Verily, we have made it a trial for the wrongdoers.
إنها شجرة تخرج في أصل الجحيم.
It is a tree that springs forth in the bottom of hell.
طلعها كأنه رؤوس الشياطين.
The fruit thereof is as though it were the heads of serpents.
فإنهم لآكلون منها فمالئون منها البطون.
And they shall eat of it, and fill their bellies therewith.
ثم إن لهم عليها لشوبا من حميم.
Then will they have in addition to it a mixture of boiling water to drink.
ثم إن مرجعهم لإلى الجحيم.
Then surely their return shall be to hell.
إنهم ألفوا آباءهم ضالين.
They found their fathers erring,
فهم على آثارهم يهرعون.
and they hurried on in their footsteps.
ولقد ضل قبلهم أكثر الأولين.
And most of the ancient peoples had erred before them.
وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا فِيهِمْ مُنذِرِينَ
And we had sent warners among them.
فانظر كيف كان عاقبة المنذرين.
Behold, then, how evil was the end of those who were warned.
إلا عباد الله المخلصين.
Save the chosen servants of Allah.
ولقد نادانا نوح فلنعم المجيبون.
And Noah indeed did cry unto us, and how excellent answerer of prayers are we.
ونجيناه وأهله من الكرب العظيم.
And we saved him and his family from the great distress.
وجعلنا ذريته هم الباقين.
And we made his offspring the only survivors.
وتركنا عليه في الآخرين.
And we left for him a good name among the later generations.
سلام على نوح في العالمين.
Peace be upon Noah among the peoples.
إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين.
Thus indeed do we reward those who do good.
إنه من عبادنا المؤمنين.
He was surely one of our believing servants.
ثم أغرقنا الآخرين.
Then we drowned the others.
وإن من شيعته لإبراهيم.
And verily of his party was Abraham,
إذ جاء ربه بقلب سليم.
when he came to his Lord with a pure heart.
إذ قال لأبيه وقومه ماذا تعبدون.
When he said to his father and to his people, what is it that you worship?
أئفكا آلهة دون الله تريدون.
A lie, false gods beside Allah, do you desire?
فما ظنكم برب العالمين.
What think ye of the Lord of the worlds?
فنظر نظرة في النجوم.
Then he cast a glance at the stars
فقال إني سقيم.
and said, I am feeling unwell.
فتولوا عنه مدبرين.
So they went away from him, turning their backs.
فراغ إلى آلهتهم فقال ألا تأكلون.
Then he went quietly to their gods, and addressing them said, Will you not eat?
ما لكم لا تنطقون
What is the matter with you, that you speak not?
فراغ عليهم ضربا باليمين
Then he turned upon them, striking them with the right hand.
فأقبلوا إليه يزفون
Thereupon the people came towards him hastening.
قال تعبدون ما تنحتون
He said, Do you worship that which you yourselves carve out?
والله خلقكم وما تعملون
Whereas Allah has created you and also your handiwork.
قالوا ابنوا له بنيانا فألقوه في الجحيم
They said, Build for him a structure and cast him into the fire.
فأرادوا به كيدا فجعلناهم الأسفلين
Thus they designed an evil design against him, but we made them most humiliated.
وقال إني ذاهب إلى ربي سيهدين
And he said, I am going to my Lord. He will surely guide me.
رب هب لي من الصالحين
And he prayed, My Lord, grant me a righteous son.
فبشرناه بغلام حليم
So we gave him the glad tidings of a forbearing son.
فلما بلغ معه السعي قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين.
And when he was old enough to run along with him, he said, O my dear son, I have seen in a dream that I offer thee in sacrifice. So consider what thou thinkest of it. He replied, O my father, do as thou art commanded. Thou wilt find me, if Allah please, steadfast in my faith.
فلما أسلما وتله للجبين
And when they both submitted to the will of God, and Abraham had thrown him down on his forehead,
وناديناه أن يا إبراهيم
we called to him, O Abraham.
قد صدقت الرؤيا إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين.
Thou hast indeed fulfilled the dream. Thus indeed do we reward those who do good.
إن هذا لهو البلاء المبين.
That surely was a manifest trial.
وفديناه بذبح عظيم.
And we ransomed him with a mighty sacrifice.
وتركنا عليه في الآخرين.
And we left for him a good name among the succeeding generations.
سلام على إبراهيم.
Peace be upon Abraham.
كذلك نجزي المحسنين.
Thus do we reward those who do good.
إنه من عبادنا المؤمنين.
Surely he was one of our believing servants.
وبشرناه بإسحاق نبيا من الصالحين.
And we gave him the glad tidings of Isaac, a prophet and one of the righteous.
وباركنا عليه وعلى إسحاق ومن ذريتهما محسن وظالم لنفسه مبين.
And we bestowed blessings on him and on Isaac. And among their progeny are some who do good and others who clearly wrong themselves.
ولقد مننا على موسى وهارون.
And indeed we bestowed favors on Moses and Aaron.
ونجيناهما وقومهما من الكرب العظيم.
And we saved them both and their people from the great distress.
ونصرناهم فكانوا هم الغالبين.
And we helped them, and it was they who were victorious.
وآتيناهم الكتاب المستبين.
And we gave them the book that made everything clear.
وهديناهما الصراط المستقيم.
And we guided them to the right path.
وتركنا عليهما في الآخرين.
And we left for them a good name among the succeeding generations.
سلام على موسى وهارون.
Peace be on Moses and Aaron.
إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين.
Thus indeed do we reward those who do good.
إنهما من عبادنا المؤمنين.
Surely they were both among our believing servants.
وإن إلياس إلياس لمن المرسلين
And assuredly, Elias also was one of the messengers.
إذ قال لقومه ألا تتقون
When he said to his people, "Will you not be God-fearing?
أتدعون بعلا وتذرون أحسن الخالقين
Do you call on Baal and forsake the best of creators?
الله ربكم ورب آبائكم الأولين
Allah, your Lord, and the Lord of your forefathers of old."
فكذبوه فإنهم لمحضرون
But they rejected him, and they will surely be brought before God to render an account of their deeds.
إلا عباد الله المخلصين
Except the chosen servants of Allah.
وتركنا عليه في الآخرين
And we left for him a good name among the later generations.
سلام على الياسين
Peace be on Elias and his people.
إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين
Thus indeed do we reward those who do good.
إنه من عبادنا المؤمنين
Surely he was one of our believing servants.
وإن لوطا لمن المرسلين
And assuredly Lot too was one of the messengers.
إذ نجيناه وأهله أجمعين
When we delivered him and all his family,
إلا عجوزا في الغابرين
except an old woman who was among those who stayed behind.
ثم دمرنا الآخرين
Then we utterly destroyed the others.
وإنكم لتمرون عليهم مصبحين
And surely you pass by them in the morning.
وبالليل أفلا تعقلون
And by night, will you not understand?
وإن يونس لمن المرسلين
And surely Jonah also was one of the messengers.
إذ أبق إلى الفلك المشحون
When he fled to the laden ship,
فساهم فكان من المدحضين
and he cast lots with the crew of the ship, and was of the losers.
فالتقمه الحوت وهو مليم
And the fish swallowed him while he was reproaching himself.
فلولا أنه كان من المسبحين
And had he not been of those who glorify God,
للبث في بطنه إلى يوم يبعثون.
He would surely have tarried in its belly till the day of resurrection.
فنبذناه بالعراء وهو سقيم.
Then we cast him on a bare tract of land, and he was sick.
وأنبتنا عليه شجرة من يقطين.
And we caused a gourd plant to grow over him.
وأرسلناه إلى 100,000 أو يزيدون.
And we sent him as a messenger to 100,000 people or more.
فآمنوا فمتعناهم إلى حين.
And they all believed. So we permitted them to enjoy life for a long while.
فاستفتهم ألربك البنات ولهم البنون.
Now ask them whether thy Lord has daughters, whereas they have sons.
أم خلقنا الملائكة إناثا وهم شاهدون.
Did we create the angels females while they were witnesses?
ألا إنهم من إفكهم ليقولون.
Now, surely, it is of their fabrications that they say,
ولد الله وإنهم لكاذبون.
Allah has begotten children, and they are certainly liars.
أصطفى البنات على البنين.
Has he chosen daughters in preference to sons?
ما لكم كيف تحكمون.
What is the matter with you? How judge ye?
أفلا تذكرون.
Will you not take heed?
أم لكم سلطان مبين.
Or have you a clear authority?
فأتوا بكتابكم إن كنتم صادقين.
Then produce your book if you are truthful.
وجعلوا بينه وبين الجنة نسبا ولقد علمت الجنة إنهم لمحضرون.
And they assert a kinship between him and the jinn, while the jinn themselves know well that they will be brought before Allah for judgment.
سبحان الله عما يصفون.
Holy is Allah, and free from what they attribute to him.
إلا عباد الله المخلصين.
But the chosen servants of Allah do not attribute anything derogatory to him.
فإنكم وما تعبدون.
Verily, you and what you worship,
ما أنتم عليه بفاتنين.
None of you can mislead anyone against him,
إلا من هو صال الجحيم
except only him who shall burn in hell.
وما منا إلا له مقام معلوم.
They say, there is not one of us, but has a known station.
وإنا لنحن الصافون.
And verily, we are those who stand ranged in rows.
وإنا لنحن المسبحون.
And we, verily, are those who glorify Allah.
وإن كانوا ليقولون.
And surely the Meccan disbelievers used to say,
لو أن عندنا ذكرا من الأولين.
if we had with us a reminder like that of the people of old,
لكنا عباد الله المخلصين.
we would surely have been Allah's chosen servants.
فكفروا به فسوف يعلمون.
Yet, when it has come to them, they disbelieve therein, but they will soon come to know.
ولقد سبقت كلمتنا لعبادنا المرسلين.
And surely, our word has gone forth to our servants, the messengers.
إنهم لهم المنصورون.
That it is, certainly, they who will be helped.
وإن جندنا لهم الغالبون.
And that it is, our host, that will certainly be victorious.
فتول عنهم حتى حين.
So turn thou away from them for a while,
وابصرهم فسوف يبصرون.
and watch them, for they will soon see their own end.
أفبعذابنا يستعجلون.
Is it then our punishment that they seek to hasten on?
فإذا نزل بساحتهم فساء صباح المنذرين.
But when it descends into their courtyard, it shall be an evil morning for those who are warned.
وتول عنهم حتى حين.
So turn thou away from them for a while,
وأبصر فسوف يبصرون.
and watch, for they will soon see their own end.
سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون.
Holy is thy Lord, the Lord of power, far above that which they assert.
وسلام على المرسلين.
And peace is ever upon the messengers.
والحمد لله رب العالمين.
And all praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful.
صاد والقرآن ذي الذكر.
Saad, the Truthful God. We cite as proof the Quran, which is full of exhortation, that it is our revealed word.
بل الذين كفروا في عزة وشقاق.
But those who disbelieve are steeped in false pride and enmity.
كم أهلكنا من قبلهم من قرن فنادوا ولا تحين مناص.
How many a generation have we destroyed before them? They cried out for help, but it was no longer the time for escape.
وعجبوا أن جاءهم منذر منهم وقال الكافرون هذا ساحر كذاب.
And they wonder that a warner has come to them from among themselves. And the disbelievers say, this is a sorcerer, a great liar.
أجعل الآلهة إلها واحدا إن هذا لشيء عجاب.
What? Has he made all the gods into one God? This is indeed an astounding thing.
وانطلق الملأ منهم أن امشوا واصبروا على آلهتكم إن هذا لشيء يراد.
And the leaders among them went about saying, go and stick to your gods. This is a thing to be desired.
ما سمعنا بهذا في الملة الآخرة إن هذا إلا اختلاق.
We have not heard of anything like this in any previous creed. This is nothing but a forgery.
أأنزل عليه الذكر من بيننا بل هم في شك من ذكري بل لما يذوقوا عذاب.
Has the reminder been sent down to him alone, out of us all? Nay, they are in doubt concerning my reminder. Nay, they have not yet tasted my punishment.
أم عندهم خزائن رحمة ربك العزيز الوهاب.
Do they possess the treasures of the mercy of thy Lord, the mighty, the great bestower?
أم لهم ملك السماوات والأرض وما بينهما فليرتقوا في الأسباب.
Or Is theirs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth and all that is between them? Then let them ascend with the means at their disposal.
جند ما هنالك مهزوم من الأحزاب.
They are a host of the confederates, which shall be routed here.
كذبت قبلهم قوم نوح وعاد وفرعون ذو الأوتاد.
Before them too, the people of Noah and the tribe of Ad and Pharaoh, the lord of stakes, rejected the messengers as liars.
وثمود وقوم لوط وأصحاب الأيكة أولئك الأحزاب.
And the tribe of Thamud, and the people of Lot, and the dwellers of the wood, these were the confederates too.
إن كل إلا كذب الرسل فحق عقاب.
Not one of them, but treated their messengers as liars, so my punishment justly overtook them.
وما ينظر هؤلاء إلا صيحة واحدة ما لها من فواق.
And these now wait, only for a single blast, and there shall be no delaying it.
وقالوا ربنا عجل لنا قطنا قبل يوم الحساب.
They say, Our Lord, hasten to us our portion of the punishment before the day of reckoning.
اصبر على ما يقولون واذكر عبدنا داود ذا الأيد إنه أواب.
Bear patiently what they say, and remember our servant David, the man of might. Surely he was always turning to God.
إنا سخرنا الجبال معه يسبحن بالعشي والإشراق.
We subjected to him the mountains. They celebrated God's praises with him at nightfall and sunrise.
والطير محشورة كل له أواب.
And we subjected to him the birds, gathered together, all constantly turned to him.
وشددنا ملكه وآتيناه الحكمة وفصل الخطاب.
And we strengthened his kingdom and gave him wisdom and decisive judgment.
وهل أتاك نبأ الخصم إذ تسوروا المحراب.
And has the story of the disputants reached thee when they climbed over the wall of his private chamber?
إذ دخلوا على داود ففزع منهم قالوا لا تخف خصمان بغى بعدنا على بعد فاحكم بيننا بالحق ولا تشتت واهدنا إلى سواء الصراط.
When they entered in upon David, and he was afraid of them, they said, "Fear not, we are two disputants. One of us has transgressed against the other. So judge between us with justice, and deviate not from the right course, and guide us to the right way."
إن هذا أخي له 99 نعجة ولي نعجة واحدة فقال اكفلنيها وعزني في الخطاب.
Now, this, my brother, has 99 ewes, and I have only one ewe. Yet he says, "Give it to me." And he has been overbearing to me in his address.
قال لقد ظلمك بسؤال نعجتك إلى نعاجه وإن كثيرا من الخلطاء ليبغي بعضهم على بعض إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وقليل ما هم.
David said, "Surely he has wronged thee in asking for thy ewe to add to his own ewes. And certainly many partners transgress against one another, except those who believe in Allah and act righteously, and these are but few."
وَظَنَّ دَاوُودُ أَنَّمَا فَتَنَّاهُ فَاسْتَغْفَرَ رَبَّهُ وَخَرَّ رَاكِعًا وَأَنَابَ.
And David thought that we had tried him, so he asked forgiveness of his Lord, and fell down bowing in worship, and turned to him.
فَغَفَرْنَا لَهُ ذَلِكَ وَإِنَّ لَهُ عِندَنَا لَزُلْفَىٰ وَحُسْنَ مَآبٍ.
So we forgave him his default, and indeed he had a position of nearness with us and an excellent resort.
يا داود إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض فاحكم بين الناس بالحق ولا تتبع الهوى فيضلك عن سبيل الله إن الذين يضلون عن سبيل الله لهم عذاب شديد بما نسوا يوم الحساب.
Then we said to him, "O David, we have made thee a vicegerent in the earth. So judge between men with justice, and follow not vain desire, lest it should lead thee astray from the way of Allah. Surely those who go astray from the way of Allah will have a severe punishment, because they forgot the day of reckoning.
وما خلقنا السماء والأرض وما بينهما باطلا ذلك ظن الذين كفروا فويل للذين كفروا من النار.
And we have not created the heavens and the earth and all that is between them in vain. That is the view of those who disbelieve. Woe then to the disbelievers because of the punishment of the fire that shall overtake them.
أم نجعل الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كالمفسدين في الأرض أم نجعل المتقين كالفجار.
Shall we treat those who believe and do good works like those who act corruptly in the earth? Shall we treat the righteous like the wicked?
كتاب أنزلناه إليك مبارك ليدبروا آياته وليتذكر أولو الألباب.
This is a book which we have revealed to thee, full of excellences, that they may reflect over its verses, and that those gifted with understanding may take heed.
ووهبنا لداود سليمان نعم العبد إنه أواب.
And we bestowed on David, Solomon, who was an excellent servant of ours. He was always turning to us.
إذ عرض عليه بالعشي الصافنات الجياد.
When they were brought before him at eventide, steeds of noblest breed and swift of foot.
فقال إني أحببت حب الخير عن ذكر ربي حتى توارت بالحجاب.
He said, I love the love of good things, because they remind me of my Lord. And when they were hidden behind the veil,
ردوها علي فتفق مسحا بالسوق والعناق.
he said, Bring them back to me. Then he started stroking their legs and their necks.
ولقد فتنا سليمان وألقينا على كرسيه جسدا ثم أناب.
Certainly, we tried Solomon, and we placed on his throne a mere body. Then he turned to God, seeking his mercy.
قال رب اغفر لي وهب لي ملكا لا ينبغي لأحد من بعدي إنك أنت الوهاب.
He said, O my Lord, grant me forgiveness and bestow on me a kingdom that may not be inherited by anyone after me. Surely thou art the great bestower.
فسخرنا له الريح تجري بأمره رخاء حيث أصاب.
So we subjected to him the wind, blowing gently by his command, whithersoever he would go.
والشياطين كل بناء وغواص.
And the giants, all sorts of architects and builders and divers.
وآخرين مقرنين في الأصفاد.
And others bound in fetters.
هذا عطاؤنا فامنن أو أمسك بغير حساب.
This is our gift, so give freely or withhold, without reckoning.
وإن له عندنا لزلفى وحسن مآب.
And certainly he had a position of nearness with us and an excellent resort.
واذكر عبدنا أيوب إذ نادى ربه أني مسني الشيطان بنصب وعذاب.
And remember our servant Job, when he cried unto his Lord, Satan has afflicted me with toil and torment.
اركض برجلك هذا مغتسل بارد وشراب.
We directed him, urge thy riding beast with thy foot, and depart swiftly. Yonder is cool water to wash with, and a drink.
ووهبنا له أهله ومثلهم معهم رحمة منا وذكرى لأولي الألباب.
And we bestowed on him his family, and as many more with them, by way of mercy from us, and as a reminder for men of understanding.
وخذ بيدك ضغثا فاضرب به ولا تحنث إنا وجدناه صابرا نعم العبد إنه أواب.
And we commanded him, take in thy hand a handful of dry twigs, and strike therewith, and incline not towards falsehood. Indeed, we found him steadfast. An excellent servant was he. Surely, he was constantly turning to God.
واذكر عبادنا إبراهيم وإسحاق ويعقوب أولي الأيدي والأبصار.
And remember our servants, Abraham and Isaac, and Jacob, men of might and vision.
إنا أخلصناهم خلصناهم بخالصة ذكر الدار.
We chose them for a special purpose, to remind people of the abode of the hereafter.
وإنهم عندنا لمن المصطفين الأخيار.
And truly, they are in our sight among the elect and the best.
واذكر إسماعيل واليسع وذا الكفل وكل من الأخيار.
And remember Ishmael and Elisha and Zulkifl. They were all of the best.
هذا ذكر وإن للمتقين لحسن مآب.
This is a reminder, and the righteous will surely have an excellent resort.
جنات عدن مفتحة لهم الأبواب.
Gardens of eternity, with their gates thrown open to them.
متكئين فيها يدعون فيها بفاكهة كثيرة وشراب.
Reclining therein on cushions, they will therein call at pleasure for plenteous fruit and drink.
وعندهم قاصرات الطرف أتراب.
And with them will be chaste women with their eyes downcast, companions of equal age.
هذا ما توعدون ليوم الحساب.
This is what you are promised for the day of reckoning.
إن هذا لرزقنا ما له من نفاد.
Verily, this is our provision which will never be exhausted.
هذا وإن للطاغين لشر مآب.
This is for the believers, but for the rebellious, there is an evil place of return.
جهنم يصلونها فبئس المهاد.
Hell, wherein they will burn, what an evil resting place.
هذا فليذوقوه حميم وغساق.
This is what they will have, so let them taste it, a boiling fluid, an intensely cold and stinking drink.
وآخر من شكله أزواج.
And various kinds of other torments of a similar nature.
هذا فوج مقتحم معكم لا مرحبا بهم إنهم صالوا النار.
It will be said to the leaders of disbelief, this is an army rushing headlong with you. No welcome for them. They shall burn in the fire.
قالوا بل أنتم لا مرحبا بكم أنتم قدمتموه لنا فبئس القرار.
the followers will say, "Nay, it is you. No welcome for you either. It is you who prepared this for us by leading us astray. What an evil resting place it is."
قالوا ربنا من قدم لنا هذا فزده عذابا ضعفا في النار.
They will also say, "Our Lord, whosoever prepared this for us, do thou multiply manifold his punishment in the fire."
وقالوا ما لنا لا نرى رجالا كنا نعدهم من الأشرار.
And the inmates of hell will say, "What is the matter with us, that we see not the men whom we used to reckon among the wicked?
أتخذناهم سخريا أم زاغت عنهم الأبصار.
Is it because we unjustly took them for a laughingstock, or have the eyes missed them?
إن ذلك لحق تخاصم أهل النار.
Surely this is the truth, the disputing together of the dwellers in the fire.
قل إنما أنا منذر وما من إله إلا الله الواحد القهار.
Say, "I am only a warner, and there is no God but Allah, the One, the Most Supreme."
رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما العزيز الغفار.
The Lord of the heavens and the earth, and all that is between the two, the mighty, the great forgiver.
قل هو نبأ عظيم.
Say, it is a big news.
أنتم عنه معرضون.
From which you are turning away.
ما كان لي من علم بالملأ الأعلى إذ يختصمون.
I had no knowledge of the exalted assembly when they discussed the matter among themselves.
إن يوحى إلي إلا أنما أنا نذير مبين.
But this, that it has been revealed to me, that I am a plain warner.
إذ قال ربك للملائكة إني خالق بشرا من طين.
Call to mind when thy Lord said to the angels, "I am about to create man from clay."
فإذا سويته ونفخت فيه من روحي فقعوا له ساجدين.
And so, when I have fashioned him in perfection, and have breathed into him of my spirit, fall ye down in submission to him.
فسجد الملائكة كلهم أجمعون.
So the angels submitted, all of them together,
إلا إبليس استكبر وكان من الكافرين.
But Iblees did not. He behaved proudly and was of those who disbelieved.
قال يا إبليس ما منعك أن تسجد لما خلقت بيدي أستكبرت أم كنت من العالين.
God said, O Iblees, what hindered thee from submitting to what I had created with my two hands? Is it that thou art too proud? Or art thou really above obeying my command?
قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين.
He said, I am better than he. Thou hast created me of fire, and him hast thou created of clay.
قال فاخرج منها فإنك رجيم.
God said, Then get out hence, for surely thou art rejected.
وإن عليك لعنتي إلى يوم الدين.
And surely on thee shall be my curse till the day of judgment.
قال رب فانظرني إلى يوم يبعثون.
He said, My Lord, then grant me respite till the day when they shall be raised.
قال فإنك من المنذرين.
God said, Certainly thou art of the respited ones.
إلى يوم الوقت المعلوم.
Till the day of the known time.
قال فبعزتك لأغوينهم أجمعين.
He said, So by thy glory I will surely lead them all astray.
إلا عبادك منهم المخلصين. Except
thy chosen servants from among them.
قال فالحق والحق أقول.
God said, The truth is, and the truth alone I speak.
لأملأن جهنم منك وممن تبعك منهم أجمعين.
That I will certainly fill hell with thee and with those who follow thee, all together.
قل ما أسألكم عليه من أجر وما أنا من المتكلفين.
Say, I ask not of you any reward for it, nor am I of those who are given to affectation.
إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين.
The Quran is nothing but a reminder for all peoples.
وَلَتَعْلَمُنَّ نَبَأَهُ بَعْدَ حِينٍ.
And you shall surely know the truth of it after a while.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful.
تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز الحكيم.
The revelation of this book is from Allah, the Mighty, the Wise.
إنا أنزلنا إليك الكتاب بالحق فاعبد الله مخلصا له الدين.
Surely, it is we who have revealed the book to thee, comprising the whole truth. So worship Allah, being sincere to Him in obedience.
ألا لله الدين الخالص والذين اتخذوا من دونه أولياء ما نعبدهم إلا ليقربونا إلى الله زلفى إن الله يحكم بينهم فيما هم فيه يختلفون.
Remember, it is to Allah alone that sincere obedience is due. And those who take as protectors others beside Him, say, we serve them only that they may bring us near to Allah in station. Surely, Allah will judge between them concerning that wherein they differ.
إن الله لا يهدي من هو كاذب كفار.
Surely, Allah guides not him who is an ungrateful liar.
لو أراد الله أن يتخذ ولدا لاصطفى مما يخلق ما يشاء سبحانه هو الله الواحد القهار.
If Allah had desired to take to Himself a son, He could have chosen whom He pleased out of what He creates. Holy is He. He is Allah, the One, the Most Supreme.
خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق يكور الليل على النهار ويكور النهار على الليل وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري لأجل مسمى ألا هو العزيز الغفار.
He created the heavens and the earth in accordance with the requirements of wisdom. He makes the night to cover the day, and He makes the day to cover the night. And He has pressed the sun and the moon into service. Each pursues its course until an appointed time. Remember, it is He alone who is the Mighty, the Great Forgiver.
خلقكم من نفس واحدة ثم جعل منها زوجها وأنزل وأنزل لكم من الأنعام 8 أزواج يخلقكم في بطون أمهاتكم خلقا من بعد خلق في ظلمات 3.
He created you from a single being. Then from that he made its mate. And he has sent down for you of the cattle 8 pairs. He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, creation after creation, through 3 stages of darkness.
ذلكم الله ربكم له الملك لا إله إلا هو فأنى تصرفون.
This is Allah, your Lord. His is the kingdom. There is no God but He. Whither then are you being turned away?
إن تكفروا فإن الله غني عنكم ولا يرضى لعباده الكفر وإن تشكروا يرضه لكم.
If you are ungrateful, surely Allah is self-sufficient, being independent of you. And He is not pleased with ingratitude in His servants.
ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى ثم إلى ربكم مرجعكم فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون إنه عليم بذات الصدور.
But if you are grateful, He likes it in you. And no bearer of burden shall bear the burden of another. Then to your Lord is your return, and He will inform you of what you have been doing. Surely He knows full well all that is hidden in the breasts.
وإذا مس الإنسان ضر دعا ربه منيبا إليه ثم إذا خوله نعمة منه نسي ما كان يدعو إليه من قبل وجعل لله أندادا ليضل عن سبيله.
And when an affliction befalls man, he calls upon his Lord, turning penitently to Him. Then, when He confers upon him a favor from Himself, he forgets what he used to pray for before, and starts assigning rivals to Allah, that He may lead people astray from His way.
قل تمتع بكفرك قليلا إنك من أصحاب النار.
Say, profit from thy disbelief a little, while in the end thou art surely of the inmates of the fire.
أمن هو قانت آناء الليل ساجدا وقائما يحذر الآخرة ويرجو رحمة ربه قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب.
Is he who prays devoutly to Allah in the hours of the night, prostrating himself and standing in prayer, and fears the hereafter, and hopes for the mercy of his Lord, like him who is disobedient? Say, are those who know equal to those who know not? Verily, only those endowed with understanding will take heed.
قل يا عباد الذين آمنوا اتقوا ربكم للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة وأرض الله واسعة إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب.
Say, O ye my servants who believe, fear your Lord. There is good for those who do good in this life, and Allah's earth is spacious. Verily, the steadfast will have their reward without measure.
قل إني أمرت أن أعبد الله مخلصا له الدين.
Say, verily, I am commanded to worship Allah with sincere devotion.
وأمرت لأن أكون أول المسلمين.
And I am commanded to be the foremost of those who submit to him.
قل إني أخاف إن عصيت ربي عذاب يوم عظيم.
Say, indeed I fear, if I disobey my Lord, the punishment of a grievous day.
قل الله أعبد مخلصا له ديني.
Say, it is Allah I worship in sincerest obedience to him.
فاعبدوا ما شئتم من دونه قل إن الخاسرين الذين خسروا أنفسهم وأهليهم يوم القيامة ألا ذلك هو الخسران المبين.
As to you, worship what you like beside him. Say, surely the real losers are they who ruin their souls and their families on the day of resurrection. Beware, that is surely the manifest loss.
لهم من فوقهم ظلل من النار ومن تحتهم ظلل ذلك يخوف الله به عباده يا عباد فاتقون.
They will have over them coverings of fire, and beneath them similar coverings. It is this against which Allah warns His servants. O my servants, take me, then, for your protector.
والذين اجتنبوا الطاغوت أن يعبدوها وأنابوا إلى الله لهم البشرى فبشر عباده.
And those who eschew the worship of false gods and turn to Allah, for them is glad tidings. So give good tidings to my servants.
الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه أولئك الذين هداهم الله وأولئك هم أولو الألباب.
Who listen to the word and follow the best thereof. It is they whom Allah has guided, and it is they who are really endowed with understanding.
أفمن حق عليه كلمة العذاب أفأنت تنقذ من في النار.
Can he, then, against whom the sentence of punishment has become due, be saved? Canst thou rescue him who is in the fire?
لكن الذين اتقوا ربهم لهم غرف من فوقها غرف مبنية تجري من تحتها الأنهار وعد الله لا يخلف الله الميعاد.
But for them who fear their Lord, there are lofty mansions, built over lofty mansions, beneath which streams flow. Allah has made that promise, and Allah breaks not His promise.
ألم تر أن الله أنزل من السماء ماء فسلكه ينابيع في الأرض ثم يخرج به زرعا مختلفا ألوانه ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يجعله حطاما.
Hast thou not seen that Allah sends down water from the sky and causes it to flow in springs in the earth, and then brings forth thereby herbage of diverse hues? Then it dries up, and thou seest it turn yellow. Then He reduces it to broken straw.
إن في ذلك لذكرى لأولي الألباب.
In that, verily, is a reminder for men of understanding.
أفمن شرح الله صدره للإسلام فهو على نور من ربه فويل للقاسية قلوبهم من ذكر الله أولئك في ضلال مبين.
Is he then whose bosom Allah has opened for the acceptance of Islam, so that he possesses a light from his Lord, like him who is groping in the darkness of disbelief? Woe then to those whose hearts are hardened against the remembrance of Allah. They are in manifest error.
الله نزل أحسن الحديث كتابا متشابها مثاني تقشعر منه جلود الذين يخشون ربهم ثم تلين جلودهم وقلوبهم إلى ذكر الله.
Allah has sent down the best discourse, a book whose verses are mutually supporting and repeated in diverse forms. The skins of those who fear their Lord do creep at its recital. Then their skins and their hearts soften to the remembrance of Allah.
ذلك هدى الله يهدي به من يشاء ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد.
Such is the guidance of Allah. He guides therewith whom He pleases. And he whom Allah adjudges astray, he shall have no guide.
أفمن يتقي بوجهه سوء العذاب يوم القيامة وقيل للظالمين ذوقوا ما كنتم تكسبون.
Is he then, who is only his own face to shield him from the evil punishment on the day of resurrection, like him who is secure? And it will be said to the wrongdoers, taste ye the recompense of what you used to earn.
كذب الذين من قبلهم فأتاهم العذاب من حيث لا يشعرون.
Those who were before them rejected our messengers, so the punishment came upon them whence they knew not.
فأذاقهم الله الخزي في الحياة الدنيا ولعذاب الآخرة أكبر لو كانوا يعلمون.
So Allah made them taste humiliation in the present life, and the punishment of the hereafter will certainly be greater if they but knew.
وَلَقَدْ ضَرَبْنَا لِلنَّاسِ فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ.
And indeed we have set forth for mankind all manner of parables in this Qur'an, that they may take heed.
قرآنا عربيا غير ذي عوج لعلهم يتقون.
We have revealed the Qur'an in Arabic, wherein there is no deviation from rectitude, that they may become righteous.
ضرب الله مثلا رجلا فيه شركاء متشاكسون ورجلا سلما لرجل هل يستويان مثلا الحمد لله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
Allah sets forth a parable. A man belonging to several partners who disagree with one another, and a man belonging wholly to one man. Are the two equal in condition? All praise belongs to Allah, but most of them know not.
إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون.
Surely thou wilt die, and surely they too will die.
ثم إنكم يوم القيامة عند ربكم تختصمون.
Then surely, on the day of resurrection, you will dispute with one another before your Lord.